We feel very fortunate to be in the position that we are. It was in some regards, a crash landing, and in some regards, it was a soft landing. But we're thankful what we have. But guys, it is like we are drinking from a fire hose. There is so much to starting over. And for those of you who haven't done it in a long time, for those of you who've done it later in your life, man, oh man, I gotta tell you, first off, I had to get some basic tools. Now, the van, good news, has left the port over in South Africa and is headed our way. It's gonna take some time and we'll be watching it closely and we'll keep you guys updated, which means all my tools are in the van. And we've gotta get everything. We've gotta get some basic tools so I can do the little assembling and things like that. So we stopped off at the Home Depot. And the next stop was Walmart and Target. And to be honest with you, we got most of our home goods in Target. I mean, guys, we had to get plates, silverware, dishes, cutting boards, bowls, pots and pans, rugs, pillowcases, so much stuff for the entire house. You won't even believe it. Now, the good news is Snow is a very good nester. She's got skills for days when it comes to this, so she has got it dialed in. And we made, I mean, to be honest with you, we made fairly quick work in Target given the wide variety of stuff that we had to get. Now, fortunately, the trailer already had the appliances. Now, we came home early, so there was a lot of stuff in the trailer that we had to move out before we ultimately started moving our stuff in. But we got everything finished back to the Target and we got home. We shot up to another town and we picked out some furniture. Now, that's a whole new ordeal for us in itself, in that you don't just go to the furniture store and get furniture. And we were going to a lot of the local places and they were telling us 6 weeks to 12 weeks, depending on the furniture and depending on the pieces. Now, 6 weeks is a month and a half. And to be honest with you, we've got really nothing in the trailer to sit on. So we went up to Rooms to Go, and this is not a paid sponsorship, by the way, guys. It's just what we did, and we were able to find some pieces that were delivered within a week. So that was pretty exciting. Of course, it was a big task picking out the right stuff for the space. But the good news is they brought it out and delivered it and set it up. And the people who came out here were really, really cool. And I think there was like 3 of them. And yeah, it was a very smooth process.
I packed everything I owned and I moved down to Tennessee. I left everything I knew in pursuit of a faded dream. Without a clue, I was in for such a crazy long ride. I knew something good was waiting on the other side. I took a couple of falls, picked up some bruises along the way. Still got a handful of scars to prove every single due I paid, oh yeah. And when I finally thought I was on top, yeah, the bottom dropped out. Now I'm stuck face down, trying to find my way, cleaning up the mess I made. I'll just have to start over again. Over time, this broken heart will mend. All I It took all I could stand and it took a whole lot more. I started going at the things that were really worth fighting for. And one step at a time I got back on the grind. I had to start over at the back of the line. I saw a light at the end of the tunnel, wasn't so far away. Knew if I kept on pushing I'd make it there someday. Oh yeah. And when I finally thought I was on track, yeah, the tunnel collapsed. I'm underneath the rubble trying to find my way. Cleaning up the mess I made. I'll just have to start over again. Over time, this broken heart will mend.
Well, guys, I'm sitting here on our back porch surrounded by trees. The beautiful Swanee River sitting right over there. And I know Curt has talked to you guys about how everything just seems like it's hitting us in the face with a fire hose, with getting everything set up for the first time again, starting over from scratch. And it's been a lot of work, quite honestly. Curt's ankle is still bothering him, so I'm doing a little bit more of the heavy lifting and even some of the hanging of picture frames or blinds. We had to get all new blinds in this place. The blinds that were here were in pretty rough shape. So I ordered us some blinds. They're blackout and supposed to have some thermal control, which should help with the Florida heat. We'll see when the summertime gets here. But I've been hanging those and just doing some planning. And it's just really important to me that now that we have a home base, for us to be comfortable in this place and it to be somewhere that we can be grounded while we're planning all of our future adventures and projects. So I've been spending a lot of time on that, getting just the right furniture for if family and friends come to visit, so it can be comfortable and cozy. All of that is very important to me. And I know Curt enjoys a nice, comfortable home, but it's definitely me that's being pretty particular about what, when, and how. And things are really starting to fall in place, and I'm pleased with how things are turning out. We have some big projects planned here for our backyard and our porch and some stuff we need to do, but the focus for now was on the inside of the house. And the furniture's great. The blinds are working good. I'm getting the guest bedroom set up for when people come. Our bedroom is 90% done. I just need a few more pictures on the wall and stuff like that. But all of that is coming together. And to me, the couch and the guest bed would be the most important parts of that, because I hope to have family and friends come to visit. One of the big drivers for us coming home was family and being closer to them, especially at this stage of our life when our parents all getting a little bit older and walking through some of that stuff with them. But we're here now, and we're actually starting to get a little bit of taste of family life. We got to go to our first big milestone event, which was Huddy, or Hudson. We call him Huddy. He is my great nephew. He is the first son of my nephew Max and his wife Allie. And he had his 2-year-old birthday party. So we got to go be a part of that. I've always seen the birthday parties and the celebrations kind of celebrated through pictures that I would get sent when they were going on. So to actually be there and be present for it and see his little eyes light up when he sees this birthday cake and starts opening his presents. And I got to tell y'all, if you've been with us for a while on this journey, you know that me and Curt come from a road building background. And you may even know that I have a long line of family lineage that has built roads all the way up to my grandfather. And now my nephew Max builds roads, 4th generation road builder. And little Huddy, he loves tractors and loaders and dozers and dirt. He's 2 years old, and the poor thing has the road building genes in him 100%. For his birthday, they actually had a dump truck come into the backyard and just dump him out a load of dirt. And then he just got so many little tractors to just zoom all over that dirt pile. And I don't think I've ever seen a 2-year-old kid grin so big. So there's no doubt in my mind that 20 years from now, he's going to be running some crew building a road or a bridge or something somewhere. So I truly believe that road building is in this family's genes, whether we like it or not. But the birthday party was amazing. Not only were we there with family, but we started to get to meet the family circle, friends of the family and stuff like that we don't know. So it's really kind of a cool thing that we're getting to experience. So even though a lot of stuff is hitting us really fast, and I think you can tell we're overwhelmed, we know we are in the exact right place we're supposed to be at this point in our life. And we're starting to get it settled, and we're starting to get it figured out. Which means, soon we'll have some projects and some stuff going on, and maybe even start planning some little trips and stuff in the van. But yeah, guys, we're getting our new home set up. We're settling in. We're feeling comfortable. We're spending more time with family, reconnecting with friends, and things are going pretty good. But we also have to see about not just fun stuff. I got to see about some business, and that is getting reacclimated into the healthcare system here in the United States, which means I need to get set up with a primary care physician, a doctor that will coordinate and manage all my care. And I found one that at the office that a lot of my family uses, one of the doctors in that office was accepting new patients, thank goodness. And I'll be headed over to that appointment to start that process. So that's our update, guys. Let's see if we got anything else to share with you here in this video. And again, just bear with us a little bit on this once a week video. I got a feeling twice a week will be coming pretty soon.
Good morning, everyone. Sorry about all the noise. The defrosters are blowing, the windshield wipers are going, and there is frost on the windows. But we are in Florida. You can't tell because it is cold. Snow says Florida is broken. But you know what, guys? It's been like 5 or 6 weeks since I initially hurt my ankle. If you guys missed it, going through Istanbul, I spent lots of time in the hospital. My ankle got really infected. I was on antibiotics, IVs. Anyway, long story short, we got back to the States and my ankle is still banged up. So today we're going over to the Orthopedic walk-in clinic. I have an appointment. We're going to have them look at it and see how it goes. That sunrise is pretty this morning coming up over the fields. And I don't think I've told you guys yet, but we live in the country. We're country folk and we love it. We're in the woods and it's quiet, but it's about 20 minutes to town. Here's the kicker. Our town doesn't really have hospitals, doctor's office, things of that nature. So our big city where we go get stuff done is about 55 minutes away, and that is Gainesville. So we're headed to the Orthopedic clinic in Gainesville. Now we have some smaller stores in our, we even have a Super Walmart. So we have some smaller stores also in our town, but for the big stuff, it's either Gainesville or Ocala. So that's where we're headed. And along the way, I'll show you some of these farms, some of these big, beautiful live oak trees, and, well, lots of fields.
Take me back to the old dirt road where Mama and Papa used to go. Let's sing all them songs from a long time ago and pine for them old days of yore. Well, let me run through the breeze like the leaves on the trees. Let me fly like the leaves when they fall. Well, let my mind go serene like a cool water stream that runs from the mountain so tall. Oh, take me Well, take me home to rest where the mockingbirds nest and to cry through the green in the spring. Let's go back a ways to the old bygone days and the simple time we lived back when. Well, let the pull of the plow bring the sweat from my brow and the glow of the fire pull me home. Let me wind down my days in the sweet dusty haze. Take me back down the old dirt road. Oh, take me back down the old dirt road. Take me back down the old dirt road.
We are leaving the big city, and I'm going to be completely honest with you. Florida snow was in her glory when we walked into the orthopedic clinic because it was full of...
It's where they take care of the gators.
Gator memorabilia. And for those of you who don't know, we kind of cheer for rival schools, and her whole family are Gators, and I am a Seminole. But anyway, she had fun going through that. It was kind of cool. But they were very efficient there. The sign-in process was super easy, although I did have to fill out a ton of paperwork. Most of it was digital. They got me in fairly quickly for an x-ray. Shortly after, I saw the doctor who is, a primary...
nurse practitioner.
Nurse practitioner, and she was extremely knowledgeable and quick. And from an orthopedic standpoint, my ankle is fine. There's no structural issues, there's no tendon issues, there's no bone issues, and everything that the doctors found in Turkey was confirmed to be true. She said there was swelling. She didn't feel like there was
infection. She didn't think, yeah.
She didn't think there was infection, but they could not test for that at the orthopedic clinic. So I need to go to my primary care physician or an urgent care physician and get my blood work, and well, we go from there. But it may just be that based on the severity of the infection and the amount of time that I really haven't been able to strengthen my ankle, that I just need a little steroid boost to get over the hump. So anyway, we're still working through it. We're headed back home, and yeah, I'll keep you guys posted.
We have 2 suitcases that were at my brother's house, at Molly's house, my sister. One has been there since we sold our house and everything we owned. It's that one. And I know we've got some photo albums in there, but I don't know what else ranked high enough to get saved, because everything that we saved is in that one little suitcase.
And it was all saved, a little time capsule, if you will.
Yeah.
Nearly 7 years ago.
Yeah, we sold everything else, guys. Everything we kept was in the van or in that little silver suitcase right there. Now, along the way, I'd actually forgotten this, but it looks like that I made a trip home for a visit, probably bought some new clothes, and rather than getting rid of the other clothes, I left some at my brother's house. I honestly don't remember this suitcase, but it's like a jackpot. There's clothes in here, there's shoes in here. Look, I got all kinds of stuff in here. I had no idea. I really had no idea I had these clothes, but that's kind of cool. I got a pair of jeans and a sweater. I got lots of stuff. I'm very excited about the shoes, because now that I have closet space, I can have more than 2 pair of shoes.
Oh boy, here we go. It didn't take long after van life to earn up fill all the spaces.
Looks like I've got a bathing suit and another pair of shoes. It's pretty exciting, guys. I don't know exactly what all this is. I will get into it a little bit more in a later, what do we call it? A later something another. But this is the one that interests me the most.
Well, yeah, you stacked all the
I know I
on.
did, I know. Alright, so first of all, what is this? It's my drawers. It's my little drawers that I've had for a very, very, very long time, guys. My little drawers. Okay, all right. To the time capsule now, guys. Do you have any idea what's in here, Curt? Can you remember?
I have no idea.
It's very heavy.
You're the packer.
I don't know what we kept. I know there's photo albums from our travels pre-van life, but I can't remember if anything else made the cut and got saved. Let's, oh. So these would, those. I didn't get rid of those. So these are important papers that along the way showed up at my brother's house and my sister would just stuff in here. Looks like a few things did make the cut. These are little Indian dudes that I would have gotten on a very special trip out west to Lake Tahoe with my grandma, who inspired me to have my traveling spirit, I do believe. And when I say photo albums, they're gonna be things like this. For most of our trips, I would make a photo book. So this was Southern California. Wow. Maybe when we're doing some storytelling on our channel in the future, we'll go back to these trips. Especially
Alaska,
this one.
Whistler.
Many ski trips with friends.
Oh, that's the Netherlands.
Amsterdam,
Denmark.
Look at that.
Atlantic City, New Jersey.
All I will tell y'all about this one is there's some stories that go to this one that you will never hear.
Mont Tremblant up in Canada.
Look at all these, yep. For those of you that think we never went to Canada, we spent a lot of time in Canada, pre-van life. This is just miscellaneous. Oh, the San Diego Zoo, back before we discovered our love of animals. Moab and Arches, our first bird watching trip.
Oh, we've told you guys a lot about our first trip to Costa Rica.
Look at this, Seattle, Whistler.
Again, Canada.
Vancouver.
Canada, that's Vancouver.
Key West.
Oh, the Northwest and fall Adirondack Mountains.
Northeast, yeah.
Mont Tremblant again. Canada yet again.
See, we love Canada. Florida State football. The season of Florida State football.
Look at snow in that Garnet Gold.
Yeah, but notice there is no Seminole logo anywhere on me because there never will be.
China. Japan.
Snowmass.
San Fran.
Look here, another.
Toronto.
Canada, folks.
Canada.
Toronto. Oh, and then old school.
Family photos.
Old school. Look at there. This will be Curt's memory book. Look at that. Look at there.
Oh, that's good. I'm glad we have that.
Yep, we held on to that. Kurt's mom would have made that for him. And then this would be, what is this? This is...
Snow's memory book. Look at there.
We kept them.
Yeah, there you go.
In our old house, guys, we had a long hallway.
Oh, that's all the black and whites.
We had a long, long hallway that was just collaged with probably 50 different photos, photo wall, frames just hanging all over the wall. And these are those pictures. This is my nephew, Curt with his mom on the Sea-Doo. We kept them. Look at that. We're at the race, Daytona. Oh, look at them. We've got them all, Curt. We kept them all.
Good job.
Oh,
all
yay.
right, guys. Lots of memories, some clothes. And that's about it until our van gets here.
I want to say one more thing. This is my dad. And, ooh, don't cry, Snow. Hold on. My dad is a very private person, but something we're going through right now that you guys aren't aware of, and we won't cover too much on the channel because of his privacy. We're at a very tough stage of my dad's life now. And I probably don't have too much more time with him, which is why one of the main reasons we're home right now. So, I know a lot of you think we have regrets about not traveling, but spending time with him right now is way more important than any kind of traveling. So, All right, I'm gonna get Curt to cut because the tears are about to really roll.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear husband. Happy birthday to you. Make a wish. You were smiling so pretty.
You want the fire, don't you? Mama's coming.
Where's my present?
Hey.
It's a little one. It's a little drone.
That's it.
It's in the car. That's it.
If you like this video, be sure to subscribe to our channel and hit that notification bell so you guys know when we put out new videos. And don't forget, you can always follow us over on Instagram to see what's going on in between videos. Cheers, guys!